When we've got our image library and you've got your different folders, I would say it's probably going to be a good idea to set up maybe a print folder so that you know that the files that you've now decided to print, you've got these TIFF files, those PSDs that you saved of your images should be in the original file folder. So if you had from Blackwater River or Beach Sunset or whatever, those PSDs, you had the raw file, and then you made a PSD, those should be in your original image library folder. It should be, does that make sense? So those PSDs, we took the raw file, we worked on it, brought it into Photoshop, we renamed it as a PSD, so it's going to be in our selects folder in our image library with the folder name like Beach Sunset or Blackwater or whatever. So now that I did the TIFFs, I think that it would be a good idea to set up a print folder where we transfer the TIFFs to, because the TIFFs are going to be what we print. We've decided that this is the image to print. We've changed it to a TIFF. We created the layout. So I've got my two TIFF files here in the print folder. When you guys are going to turn things in, remember that you're going to have your Digital One folder. And in Project One, that's where you had the mystery images that you were turning in, right? So you had the JPEG and the raw images. So in our Project Two folder, that's where we can put our, what are we going to turn in for Project Two? We're going to turn in, I think on there I have the raw, do I have the raw file? Wrong folder. I think, does anybody have the handout? I know you're turning in the PSD. And I believe you're turning in the original raw files.
We turn in one layer PSD for each image, one JPEG for each final image, and 4 final prints.
Okay. All right. So whenever you're going to turn it in, you're going to take those PSDs, you're going to copy it and paste it into the PSD folder in Digital One. And then once we get to, once we've got everything printed, then you're going to resize the PSD and save it as a JPEG. And that's going to be what we put into the critique folder. Okay? I'll get to that next week when we're printing, but doing the resizing of the images to turn them in. So you're going to have a JPEG in the PSD, and then in the image library, we also have our files that we're printing. So image library, my print folder. So I'll just copy my print folder and put that there as well. So that can be in our Project 2. So when we see it, we'll have JPEG, print, and PSD. So in print, we've got TIFFs. In PSD, we have layered PSDs. And in the JPEGs, we have that small JPEG. Good? So now we need to transfer it to the server. So making sure that we don't have any programs running. And I've got PowerPoint, and I've got Photoshop running. TIFF. All right. So I've got to make sure I've got all of the software, nothing's running, Safari, so I'm going to quit all of the applications and then go, connect to server, and under my name, Digital One, we've got Project One, Project Two, and I'm going to go ahead and create a print folder for you guys to put your images in. And I'm going to put mine in my folder, so Regan K. And now I just got to get my stuff from my documents folder. So if I hit Command N, it'll give me a new window, which is handy if you want to be able to drag and drop things or copy and paste things. So we go to our documents, Digital One, Project 2, print, and then you can take these files and bring them into our print folder. So that's how you're going to transfer things to the server, and that's how I would suggest that you set up your file structure so that you know, okay, it's in my Project One, that means that's the stuff I'm turning in. The image library contains everything else. The Project One folder just should be what you're turning in and what you're printing, nothing else. So that concludes transferring files to the server.